the top 10 moments that never happen. Number 10, I sold my entire family so I can gamble. Let me clarify. By entire family, I mean my siblings and my parents and, cousins. I don't have a wife and kids yet. I was walking down the street one night and there was a man with a pipe. It was a dark and stormy night, and I walked up to him because he was right in my path. And I said, "Why are you here?" And he walked over and he tried hitting me with the pipe, and I dodged it somehow. I'm just the goat. And he runs at me, and I try to tackle him. And you know what he does? He grabs the pipe and he hits me over the head. And then what? I'm sitting there all dazed. I'm laying on the ground, and he tries to hit me again, and I dodge. And you know what he says to me? He says, "Why have you been gambling so much in my casino?" And I'm like, "I never did that. You must be mistaking me for someone else." And he runs at me again with the pipe, and he's like, "No, you stole $80,000. And I'm like, "I did not steal $80,000. You must be mistaking me for someone else." And he's like, "No, I know it's you. You have the mole on your cheek." And I'm like, "No, I never been there in my life." And somehow he is convinced that I have the $80,000 debt. And this man is running after me. And eventually I subdue him and I run away. And my head is like, all messed up from the pipe. But, I get down the path, the alleyway. I'm out of there. I'm gone. And I go home. I'm laying in my bed. I'm like, man, what just happened to me? I have a miserable office job. I'm in my 30s. It's September 08, 2008. I'm messed up, and this man now thinks I have a debt. And I go to sleep with all these dreaded thoughts, and I wake up the next day, and I'm walking down the street again, and the man with the pipe shows up, and a bunch of other dudes show up, and they come after me, and they end up capturing me. They zip tie me up, and I wake up in the basement. I wake up in the basement of his like casino slash restaurant. And he is 30. No, buddy, I'm only 19. And I wake up in the casino slash restaurant basement, and I'm sitting in a chair and I'm tied up. I'm like this. I'm like mm, mm, and I can't do anything. And then he pulls the gag out of my mouth and pulls the hood off my head. And I'm like, "What do you want from me?" And he smacks me and he's like, "Give me my $80,000. And I'm like, "I don't have it." And you know what he says to me? He's like, "You're gonna have to pay with your body." And I'm like, pause. Okay, that the pause part didn't happen. And I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" And he's like, "You gotta sell each one of your family members so you can gamble the money back." So now I'm in like a Saw situation. I now have to gamble my limbs and my family members so that way I can make his $80,000 back. That's crazy. He sits me at a table a day later. Something is telling me this story is kind of fake. Shh. He finish. Then why the heck you said you're in your 30s? Because this happened in another story, buddy. It doesn't have to be my story. It's top 10 stories that never happen. So I wake up at a table. I wake up at a table in I don't know, just some like town. There's a bunch of dudes sitting across from me, and I'm untied. And I'm like, "What is going on?" He didn't prepare me for this beforehand. And now there's blackjack in front of me. And he holds up a sign like across the table, across the room behind the other dudes. They can't see it, but I can because I'm across from him. And it says that this one is for your family members. And so if I lose, then my family members are doomed. And so I end up winning. I end up winning again and again and again. And I somehow have this hidden talent for card games. And what happens is he ends up like forgiving me and saying he's sorry and that he got the wrong guy because the last guy sucked at cards. And then He bought me a nice suit. He sent me on my way, and the end. I swear that happened. I swear on this can that happened.